Chengdu, a city that is moistened by tea, had about 600,000 people in the 40s of the last century. In this population, there were nearly 120,000 people in Chengdu drink tea. Sitting down and drinking a cup of tea, this became the common way to enjoy the life in Chengdu. With the rapid development of technology and society, a lot of things have already changed. But the tea houses still remain the same as those in the elders' memory. Here is one of the most prosperous areas in downtown Chengdu, Taikuli, which brought together a series of international luxury brands, fashion brands, Michelin-star restaurants, and some famous local restaurants. However, it is somewhat different from the cityscape we are familiar with, and still maintains the style of ancient buildings. All the architectural styles are designed to blend in with Dazi Temple, which is not far away. 1,200 years ago, when the Emperor Xuanzong was still sitting on the dragon chair, in that tea house behind the Dazi Temple, there was a touch of tea fragrance floating in the air. Over 1,200 years have passed. Dazi Temple has been almost submerged by the modern city. However, the tea house behind the Dazi Temple still looks like the one with quiet and inviting atmosphere more than 1,200 years ago. Attracted passerby cannot help but stretch neck. When the Anlushan rebellion exploded, it made the emperor in panic and he fled to Chengdu. At that time, a monk in Dazi Temple provided free porridge to rescue the impoverished. Xuanzong was touched. Thus, he gave an order to extend the temple. Because Dazi Temple was extended due to the order of the emperor, there were 96 gardens, 10,000 Buddhas, over 1,000 pieces of murals, exquisite pattern, and extravagant carving which are unprecedented. The Grand Temple took root in Chengdu and has become an attraction in Chengdu nowadays. It has passed through for thousands of years and will remain forever. With the rapid development of technology and society, a lot of things have already changed completely, becoming a brand new version. However, in the thriving center of the city, there is a place that has always maintained its original appearance. This place is Heming Teahouse. Heming Teahouse, which is located in the center of Chengdu, is a representative of all the tea houses in the open area in Chengdu. It is also the biggest one in the city, occupying the area of 2 hectares. Being a tea house of great antiquity, it has a history of 90 years. The founder of this tea house surname is Gong. Here are the 2 stories of the derivation of the name, Heming. The first one rooted to the founder's dream. According to a specific historical record, Mr. Gong had a dream about some gorgeous and tempting landscapes around People's Park. In the pond, white cranes enjoyed their spare time, singing beautiful songs while gentle breezes floating by. Cranes are called he in Chinese, and singing songs is translated into Ming. Why not establish a tea house called Heming in this park? That was how the thought suddenly saturated Mr. Gong's mind. Another statement is that there was a mountain which was the headstream of Taoism called Heming in Mr. Gong's hometown, Dayi. What's more, the place abounded in Heming tea. At the beginning of the last century, he rented a land in People's Park and built a tea house. The tea house has 2 stories with classical Chinese decorated furniture and paintings. On the wall, there are even reliefs with both characters as well as drawings, which recorded the history of the tea house. Heming Teahouse was the first of 6 tea houses in People's Park in the period of the Republic of China. And these 6 tea houses were Heming, Zhenliu, Green Shade Pavilion, Yongju, Shede, and Cultural Tea Garden. But the other 5 have been unlucky. Some have moved, and some have been rebuilt. Only the few vicissitudes of the teas still retain the original flavor of the old Chengdu tea culture, recording the history of the tea house. Heming Tea House can hold up to 3,000 people to drink tea. This tea house is one of the most popular tea houses in Chengdu. It is also one of the first historical buildings of Chengdu listed in 2012. Chinese-style architecture, lakeside, long corridor, bamboo chair, cup tea, long mouth pot, drawing out earwax, divination, they make up the unique scenery of Heming Tea House. An old but classic saying in China is that the purpose of drinking wine is not for wine its own sake. It also works for the tea drinkers. Many people swarm here not only for precious tea, but also come for chatting in their spare time, which is the real essential part. Some people claim that Chengdu is a city that is soaked in tea. Well, to be honest, that is not a bad interpretation, or you could even say a very appropriate one. The process of drinking tea needs a peaceful and calm mood. So, when you are drinking tea in Chengdu, you're actually experiencing the peaceful atmosphere created by the Chengdu people.